Anthony, Tony. Anybody call you Tony?
Yeah, I grew up as Tony.
And what about now? Can't stand it?
If someone rings up and says, "Is Tony there?" That's from Melbourne.
Oh yeah?
I can tell it's from Melbourne instantly, and because where that's where home was.
Sure.
And then if it's Anthony or it's Ant, it's from New Zealand, because I lived in New Zealand for a couple of years. I think the problem with technology is people get so caught up in the pixels and the bits and the bytes, and it's not so much about creativity itself. It's like how awesome, or how much bigger can it be as to are we really changing the world.
How many times have you been to CES?
This is probably my 4th or 5th time.
Was there any particular technology that you were impressed with?
The Eureka stuff that was going on at the Venetian, the newer startups is where I think is going to be the next push.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for brands to embrace some of these platforms?
It's truly focused. There's so much going on, and there's so much easy to spread yourself too thin rather than going deep in too many different areas. I do think it's a problem, and it's a problem for us as well, but the thinner you spread yourself, the less it's going to resonate, and the more you can't focus. And it's a content problem as well, because if you think of all the content out there, every little bit of content, how do you make each message really ring true?
If there's so much fragmentation and there's all these places for brands to amplify their brand, as a leader in the creative space, what do you do to what's your mantra with your teams?
Creative people just want to do creative work. That's all they care about. But teaching them that the 30-second, 60-second TV spot world is slowly evolving out, and then moving into these new technologies is the thing that they've got to help us move along. And from a client point of view, how do they operate that internally in their marketing teams, and then how do we mirror that or match that, or do we go there first and follow them? But I think from a team point of view, an idea is still an idea.
Yeah.
Whether it's using technology or not, starts with a thought, starts with a rhythm, and that turns into a mantra or an idea, and then that's transpired into whatever media you need to. Because technology is still a media, whether it's on a Facebook page or a blip or a byte, it's still just a thought and an idea that goes all the way through.
Are there any platforms in particular you're getting behind that you're excited about this year that perhaps may be more amplified?
I think what's going on Twitter is really exciting. I think they've done a terrific job marketing their way that they're able to, the whole Twitter card area is coming out. I think that's an amazing way to tell a story in a step-by-step journey.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for us is creating content journeys as opposed to user journeys. The speed of change is the biggest problem we're having, and keeping not only us ahead of it, and all the creative teams ahead of it, and all the experienced teams ahead of it, but also keeping clients ahead of it as well. Because we're 2 years ahead of clients. If you think of their big marketing structures, how do they change their structure to actually mirror the consumer? But that's a tough world.
Yeah, man. But it's exciting. That's we made a choice to be in digital, man.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? And thankfully we did, because I'd rather be here doing that than something else. Don't you think?
I can't think of a better job.